Some voices shaped generations, some faces lit up our screens, and some lives touched millions in quiet but powerful ways. In 2025, we said goodbye to legends, artists, visionaries, and beloved icons who left a mark on our hearts and our culture. Today, we honor their stories and celebrate the legacies they leave behind. These are the celebrities we lost in 2025. Patricia Fiumare was a Venezuelan television personality, beauty queen, and actress who captured the hearts of millions across Latin America. Crowned Miss World Venezuela in 1983, Patricia represented her country on the global stage with poise, pride, and elegance. She later became a prominent figure in the Latin media world, hosting major talk shows, pageants, and participating in charitable projects advocating for women and children's rights. Known for her grace and philanthropic spirit as much as her beauty, Patricia never stopped working to uplift others. She passed away in March 2025 at the age of 59, leaving behind a stunning legacy in Latin entertainment and a generation of women who were inspired by her trailblazing success. Even in her final days, she remained committed to her work as a mentor and ambassador. For millions, Patricia was more than a star. She was an icon of empowerment. Sly Stone was a musical visionary whose influence transcended generations. Born Sylvester Stewart in 1943, he founded the iconic band Sly and the Family Stone, pioneering a fusion of funk, rock, soul, and psychedelia that defined an era. Their hits, like Everyday People, Dance to the Music, and Family Affair, weren't just chart toppers. They were anthems of social progress and unity. Sly broke ground with a band that was racially integrated and gender inclusive, something unheard of in the late 1960s. Though his struggles with fame and addiction became public, his legacy as a boundary-breaking artist remained untarnished. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993, and his influence can still be heard in countless artists today. Sly Stone died in January 2025 at the age of 81. In his music, he taught us not only how to dance, but how to dream of a better world. Harris Yulin was a masterful character actor whose talent graced both stage and screen for over 6 decades. Born in Los Angeles and trained in theater, Yulin could disappear into any role, from calculating villains to wise mentors. He is perhaps best remembered for his performances in Scarface, Clear and Present Danger, and Training Day, along with unforgettable guest roles in Frasier, 24, and Ozark. His screen presence was magnetic, cool, authoritative, and always compelling, but it wasn't just about his film career. Harris Yulin was also a prominent stage actor and director, known for his passionate interpretations of Shakespeare and Chekhov. He earned accolades for his Broadway performances and inspired generations of actors with his dedication to the craft. Yulin passed away peacefully in June 2025 at the age of 87. In his honor, we remember the sheer power of presence and the art of subtle storytelling. Often called a musical genius, Brian Wilson was the heart and soul of the Beach Boys. A master composer, arranger, and producer, Brian redefined what pop music could sound like. His innovative harmonies and hauntingly beautiful melodies, especially on albums like Pet Sounds, forever changed the landscape of modern music. Behind the scenes, Brian battled intense personal struggles, facing mental health challenges that often threatened to silence his art. Yet, like the waves he so often sang about, he always came back, stronger, more vulnerable, and more brilliant. God only knows, Wouldn't It Be Nice? And countless other Wilson compositions became not just hits, but classics, etched in the soundscape of Americana. Brian passed away in May 2025 at age 82. As tributes poured in from across the globe, one thing became clear. His music helped generations find peace, joy, and understanding. Brian Wilson didn't just write songs, he wrote pieces of our lives. Ananda Lewis was more than just a TV host. She was a voice of a generation. Bursting onto our screens in the 1990s as a host of Bet Teen Summit and later MTV Total Request Live, Ananda brought authenticity to the airwaves. She interviewed artists with depth, championed youth issues, and spoke out with fearless compassion on topics like education, self-esteem, and women's rights. Her intelligence and warmth made her one of the most respected figures in youth media. Beyond MTV, Ananda pursued a career in activism, radio, and holistic health advocacy, inspiring countless young women, especially Black girls, to speak their truth and stand strong. Diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2018, she went public about her battle to raise awareness for early detection. Ananda Lewis died in April 2025 at 51, but her light, as a broadcaster, advocate, and mother, burns brightly in every young life she encouraged. Douglas McCarthy was the intense, passionate voice behind the legendary EBM band Nitzareb. Born in Chelmsford, England, he became a defining figure of industrial and electronic body music in the late 80s and 90s with an unmistakable vocal style, raw, commanding, and politically charged. Douglas, along with partner Bon Harris, gave the underground dance scene a gritty, rebellious energy. Hits like Join in the Chant and Let Your Body Learn weren't just club anthems, they were calls to action for a generation disillusioned with the status quo. McCarthy remained active in the music scene, collaborating with names like Terrence Fixmer and Depeche Mode's Martin Gore, always pushing the envelope and evolving with the times. He died in March 2025 at the age of 59, leaving behind a powerful legacy in electronic music. His sound, style, and uncompromising vision made him a legend in the EBM and techno world, and his voice will echo in clubs forever. David Hakili Kenui Bao may not have been a household name around the world, but in Hawaii, he was royalty. A respected waterman, musician, and cultural advocate, David was a torchbearer of native Hawaiian identity and traditions he came from. A celebrated lineage, both as a descendant of Hawaiian royalty and through his deep connections to the land and ocean. Hakili was a frequent presence at cultural festivals, canoe paddling competitions, and educational programs that taught young Hawaiians the importance of aloha gina, love for the land. As a musician, he blended ancestral chants with contemporary flair, creating songs that resonated both in heart and history. A true embodiment of the spirit of Hawaii, David passed away in 2025 at age 65. His legacy rests in every wave, every chant, every student he mentored. In losing him, Hawaii lost one of its living treasures. Leonard Lauder was more than the chairman of Estee Lauder. He was a towering figure in the world of business, philanthropy, and art. Son of the iconic beauty mogul Estee Lauder, Leonard took the family business to global heights, innovating the luxury cosmetics market and helping turn Estee Lauder into a multi-billion-dollar brand. But beyond the boardroom, Leonard was a dedicated philanthropist. He donated hundreds of millions to Alzheimer's research and was a passionate advocate for the arts, gifting one of the world's largest collections of Cubist art to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Known as the King of Kindness by his employees, Leonard believed in giving more than he received. He passed away in March 2025 at the age of 91. His impact spans industries and generations. He may have defined beauty and success in the corporate world, but he'll be remembered most for his generosity and compassion. With her spiky blonde hair and larger-than-life personality, Anne Burrell was one of Food Network's brightest stars. A classically trained chef, and exuded a punk rock energy in every kitchen she entered after years working in some of NYC's most prestigious restaurants. She exploded onto TV screens with her work on Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, Worst Cooks in America, and appearances on Iron Chef America. Her bold style, blunt humor, and fierce love for Italian cuisine made her a fan favorite. She wasn't just about cooking, and was about confidence, teaching millions to trust themselves in the kitchen and in life. Her students, viewers, and colleagues adored her not just for her talent, but for her heart. And passed away in February 2025 at just 55. The culinary world lost a true original, spicy, soulful, and unforgettable. Best known as the loving grandmother of Ariana Grande, Marjorie Nona Grande became a cherished figure in pop culture over the years. Born in 1926, Nona lived through nearly a century of history, always with class, tradition, and warmth. She became popular through Ariana's social media, TV appearances, and award show dedications, where her wit and humor stole the spotlight. But beyond being a cultural icon through her granddaughter's fame, Marjorie was an incredible woman in her own right, a World War II-era patriot, loving matriarch, and role model for resilience across generations. She died peacefully in January 2025 at the remarkable age of 98. Her bond with Ariana Grande touched millions, reminding us all of the deep and powerful love between grandparent and grandchild. Though their time with us has ended, their light continues to shine. Through the music they made, the art they created, the stories they told, and the lives they touched, these icons are truly immortal. Rest in peace, and thank you for everything.